If my director can assist me with this, the story about the defection from Jubilee to Maendeleo Chap.
Okay, let me.
As the political parties prepare for their primaries, the season for defection is setting in. Especially as aspirants reckon with a new law that bars party hopping after losing in the nomination stage. And as a pointer to looming high-profile defections, today Maendeleo Chap Party leader and Machakos Governor Dr. Alfred Mutua received Meru gubernatorial aspirant Kileme Mwiria, who abandoned the Jubilee Party.
I realized there were difficulties in Jubilee. As you know, in Meru, we have a team that is kind of, making it look like they own Jubilee. The team that is called Kikale, I'm sure you're very familiar with that.
Following the dissolution of parties under the Jubilee umbrella, the reality of a crowded race for the party ticket has set in.
Kuna magavana wengine kutoka pande za Western, magavana na maseneta wengine kutoka upande wa Masailand.
By staying in Jubilee, Mwiria will have had to square it out with Meru Senator Kiraitu Murungi at the nomination stage. Fears of a clash of titans could see more high-profile defections ahead of nominations. In Embu, for instance, Jubilee may prove too crowded for Governor Martin Wambora, Senator Lenny Kivuti and Runyenje's Member of Parliament Cecily Mbarire, who are all eyeing the party's ticket for the governor's seat. In Kiambu County, Governor William Kabogo and Kabete Member of Parliament Ferdinand Waititu have both declared interest for the Jubilee Party ticket. In Narok, Governor Samuel Ole Tunai, opponent for the seat, and Narok West Member of Parliament Patrick Olen Tutu, is said to be considering jumping ship to guarantee nomination. Muranga Governor Mwangi wa area and Jamle Kamau are also locked in a do-or-die battle for Jubilee governor's nomination. In Kitui, Wiper Chairman David Musila and incumbent Julius Malombe are book angling for the party nomination for governor. ODM leader Raila Odinga close allies are also staring at the dilemma of whether to bolt out early or hang on to an uncertain future. In Kisumu, Senator Nyang' Nyong'o, current Governor Jack Ranguma, and Odinga's sister Ruth are all eyeing the same ticket. It is the same nomination headache in Siaya, where Senator James Orengo, Rarieda Member of Parliament Nicholas Gumbo plan to take on Cornel Rasanga. Stephen Leto, Citizen TV.
Yeah, that story by Stephen Leto is what we want to discuss now. And I know, even as you're watching that story, you were just saying it was only one politician, but it is true. When it comes to some parts of this country, especially when we talk about Jubilee, Central Kenya, for example, is a stronghold, and it is a crowded race for each and every position. It will be a crowded race come the nominations. Surely it is a problem. Now we are seeing it's something that you said no, it's going to be fine, it's going to be fine. Now we are seeing the problems. Kileme Mwiria was one of the closest, I think still is one of the closest advisors to President Uhuru Kenyatta on education matters, at least. To see him at this point change party and says, yes, there's a problem in Meru, that Kikali is an issue, surely it's just an indication of what will happen at the nomination. Are you disagreeing with me, Bwana Irun Kang'ata?
Yes, I disagree with you because I feel Daktari, this election, he appears to be a political minu. He doesn't have a lot of impact. And therefore his defection has no impact. Yes, it is this election. Last election he was quite a strong candidate. But for this election, in fact, I see, I don't know, but I'm suspecting he may be holding someone's brief. Yes, he's holding someone's brief. You go to that party, you ensure you're on the ballot, you reduce another candidate's potential support so that this other person can win. I don't foresee how he can win in
and that you do not see a problem in that. If at all people will jump ship, move to another party, it will affect the numbers.
No, the issue of jumping ship becomes material if a strong candidate defects. You understand? If at all you're a person who is defecting and you're defecting with the people behind you, at that point we can say your defection is material. But when you are a political lightweight, you defect. To me, that's just a game of musical chairs.
But Stephen Leto has given examples of where it appears that there's going to be problems, especially a place like Embu, where you have Lenny Kivuti, Wambora, Cecily Mbarire, all going for the same ticket.
Can I comment?
Strong candidates on their own.
Can I comment? I can tell you as a matter of fact, it is to the interest of Jubilee you have free and fair nomination. Because if at all we get a weaker candidate, there is no guarantee another party cannot come and defeat our weaker nominated candidate. So, and therefore, I imagine Jubilee, having that in mind, is going to ensure the candidates who win is the candidate having or commanding the greatest number of supporters. Otherwise, particularly seats like governors, those are very serious seats. If our party messes around that that nomination, it is not. It is so interesting.
But let's be honest. When it comes to nomination, of course, it's party members who are going to take part in that. Yes. In the entire Embu or Makueni, not everyone probably is a member of the Wiper Party.
That's right.
There's Muungano Party as well. There's a different party as well. So when it comes to Wiper nomination, only party members will take part. But it doesn't mean that you as a politician only enjoy support from Wiper Party members. Probably if you made it to the ballot, you'll get more votes, and that is how you see it.
That's right, but in this particular case of defections, you know, it is true, some people give perception as if they own the party. But I believe all parties are designing mechanisms to make sure that there are free and fair nominations, because that's for the benefit of the party. The moment you have the best candidate in the party, then that candidate is likely to win the general election. The moment you force or you fraudulently make sure another candidate wins, then the people who know that candidate is likely to lose to another party, and you know independent candidates are there. You know the case of Kilemi, Muria defective. You can see there is Kiraitu Murungi, there is Munya, who is an incumbent, and Muria himself. Could have been a big mistake, but Meru is very unpredictable when it comes to voting. You can be surprised. Kilemi could be elected in this Chafu party, but you, again also Mutua is giving propaganda. It's called Chafu. Chafu. That's how Kambas pronounce it.
Really?
So, yeah, it's very difficult to pronounce it otherwise. So Mutua is just giving propaganda that from Rift Valley, from Western and Bodeos is joining Chafu. It's Chafu. It's only Maria who has found Chafu a party. Really. So we wish him well in the Chafu party. He could be the only governor, because Mutua himself will lose. So you will hold Chafu after that.
I think that's not fair, because Mutua is also a Kamba and says Chap very well. So just to be fair,
he knows it is Chafu Mutua himself.
Just to be fair, just to be fair.
Mutua is faking it.
There is the right of association, and I think Honorable Manzo, you also belong to a party. In fact, you have even been accused of running with one. So everyone has the right to belong to a party.
PNU was already a threat in terms of anyone who feels disenfranchised, or who feels probably the Jubilee nominations are not going to be free and fair. So PNU was always an option. DP has come up. Now we are seeing Maendeleo Chap even making forays.
By the way,
Jubilee as a candidate in Machakos.
No,
Jubilee as a candidate against Chap.
You know, the issue of parties, and this we must make very clear. You know, we passed the law that bars people from moving after nominations. But these movements have been experienced before. It's not a new thing. It's only that now you cannot do it after nomination.
So we're going to see a lot of
people moving, and I think it is someone's democratic right to belong to a party. And if you feel you don't feel accommodated here, you really have all the right to move. And I think that we should not actually really extrapolate it to something bigger than it is. If you feel you want to move to a party, to Chap to whatever, you are free to. In fact, when we did the merger, it was by volition, our own volition, that we agreed, several parties, 10 of us, to merge into one party, knowing very well that we will be able to do nominations at the end of it. And I think even CORD has deliberated that problem. They have thought, do we merge, do we do joint nominations, whether in different parties? So it is really a political gamble for everyone. And I think moving forward, what we need is an assurance of really fair, free and fair nominations.
Are you assured?
I have no reason to doubt, because I have not done them and they become symbolic. Really, I cannot fear, because we have systems that we are putting in place. I know for Jubilee, we already even launched our smart card for voting, so that we know exactly.
Muria does not appear to see like does not see like the
too bad. You know, you cannot use someone and say because Indimuli is campaigning so hard in a certain place, he seems like he already has the certificate. Go out and campaign and raise your stakes. I think that is what competition is about. It's not running away from it because you feel you not get a fair first try. You raise your stakes. If you feel you have good numbers, then you have no reason to worry, as long as there is free and fair nomination.
Now comes the issue of party leaders and their preferred candidates, and Wiper is one of them. And Stephen Leto actually referred to that. What's happening in Kitui? Party chairman David Musila wants to be governor. Julius Malombe is the current governor. Bwana Kalonzo Musyoka, who's the Wiper party leader, appears to have a preferred candidate.
No, he clarified and he said it will be free and fair for everybody. In fact, it is Jubilee which is going to send a governor's candidate against Mutua's Chapcha.
But we have a reason to have...
No, back to Kitui, because now you're
you are diverting attention
from
to a
that.
very critical issue.
But when it comes to party leaders and having preferred candidates, and this is a problem across all parties, it's not a Wiper issue alone or a Jubilee issue alone. Even ODM and these other parties have the same problem. Then how do you say that you are assured of a free and fair party nomination? These party leaders are human, and they have friends, and they have genuine, obvious preferences even in some cases.
That is true, but the systems be put in place in political parties are such that, party members will nominate. But again, also, the law says, and it's good for Kenyans to know, that at the end of the day, it is the party.
It's the party
which nominates.
And the party leader is the party.
The people, the people who are nominating guide the party. This is where we think. But the party can disqualify you. For example, if you have been nominated by the people, but information comes that you are actually a convicted criminal or you are bankrupt, the party now can make a decision. After the people have nominated you through a process, the party now is national board, and the people go to complain there, can now look at it and advise the party leadership, look, this candidate, even if he has won, he has issues, and this will be explained to the people, and the matter can be looked afresh. So at the end of the day, the law says the party.
It's the party. So the party leader can actually come and say...
The people are the party. The people are the party, but these people, the members have also given the party organs.
Yes.
The members have given the party organs.
If at all in Wiper it is a problem, you can imagine how big of a problem it is in Jubilee.
It is not a problem at all.
Because it's popular.
If the president, you're dealing with the president, not the deputy president. Yeah. And if the president was to come to you and give you a call, Bwana Kangata, and tell you, Bwana Kangata, I don't want you running for that seat, what would you do?
Well, for me, if that was to happen, I can tell you I would just follow the dictates of the president. Yes. But I can tell you.
So it is true that party leaders are very powerful.
Yes, they are.
And you do not have to go for party primaries if at all the president says, I don't want you and I prefer the other person.
But the president
but you see, one, our president is very clear. He does not support any person. He wants...
publicly.
No. I can tell you the reason. If you are a good politician, you must practice politics as if you are a natural scientist. You look things objectively. This issue of love, I don't know, you are my friend, and neither you are there in politics. You are my friend as so long as you are winning. If you are not winning, go to hell. So the point is, there is no friendship in politics. You deal politics as if you are dealing with natural science. Meaning,
but you just said right now, if he called you and told you you're not running because I want someone else to run, you would fold up and...
Of course, but I can tell you, he won't do that.
He wouldn't.
Because he is operating politics as in a very in a manner that has no emotions. It's about winning. If you win, you become my friend. If you don't win, you go home. If you have the people behind you, you're my friend. If you don't have the people behind you, go home. I'm sorry. That is you operate politics in a very cold manner.
I want to also add my voice.
I don't know why I'm not convinced. Because if you come to Nairobi and you see the groupings, Peter Kenneth on one side, Sonko, Sakaja, and the other team on the other side, clearly one group feels that the other person is being preferred,
and the other person feels the same way.
No. Can I ask you, what would be the benefit on the part of the principal to help a friend win, and that friend does not have the public support?
Sometimes it's not even about friendship. It's looking at the candidate and seeing that probably this candidate has a better fit for this seat.
I think going forward, in the Muli, as we did the merger, we of course anticipated these issues, and there will be very stiff competition in many areas actually around the country. But it is in the interest of the president that all these competing groups and persons actually bring him votes. So it will be very unlikely that he'll be able to dictate to a certain candidate to leave it for someone else. He'll be interested that they mobilize for him, because even him is a politician, and we must not forget that he's also looking very seriously to a win. So he will be interested that all these compete with one denominator, that they are also looking for votes for the presidency. But I think the competition we are already seeing is okay, and I think for me it's very healthy, even for Jubilee, for this competition, because it shows popularity. It shows that it is very clear that people are with the Jubilee party. What we need is that the structures do their job. No preference. The president, the deputy president have actually made that pronouncement, and we actually will hold them to it, because we also need to be assured as candidates that will be given a fair chance at the nominations, and that is where most elections will actually almost be over in many areas, especially in the strongholds.
And let me tell you the problem. The problem is usually not with the principals, but with these other politicians. Assuming the president comes and greets you, it's just a normal greeting. You know what a good politician does? Hey, he blows out. Hey, look, you have seen that.
And that is exactly what is happening.
So the problem does not belong to the president. The problem is just these other politicians.
Yes.
They are being wise. Like now this man, when he goes and meets Kalonzo, he
takes a very good photo. Takes a very good photo. You know,
then I have already
it's exactly what happened with Kileme Mwiria.
I was in a meeting.
Assumes that Bwana Kiraitu Murungi is much closer to the president. Even
when he was
even in his advice to the media, he did not mention the Jubilee leadership, not the president.
He mentioned Kikali.
He just said Kikali.
Yeah.
Because Kikali has become a problem in Meru because I perceive to be closer to the powers that be.